Be gentle.
Contrary to our host, I am not a murderer. I used Mr. W because it's a name my wife gave me because she didn't like calling me Mark. I'm like, well, if you say it like that, it's Mark. But my story is kind of how I felt younger days of how I felt like I was going to have cake for breakfast. Turned out I felt like I was going to have shit for breakfast. And in the end, it ended up being the biggest whole cake for breakfast that I ever had. Shit's okay, right? Do I need a sign that says adult language? So in my 20s, I decided to go on a vacation. And growing up, I'm the oldest of 8. Growing up, my wife hates when I say I grew up with 6 because by the time 7 and 8 came around, I was halfway out the door. And when we were younger, we went out camping. And I still can't figure it out to this day, but we had the best times when we'd pack up in a country squire station wagon with 6 kids, a German Shepherd, and a little tiny pop-up trailer behind us. I don't know how my parents did it. We didn't kill each other. They didn't kill us. We made it anyway. But we had the most awesome times ever in my life. So in my early 20s, my father and I had a business together. It was kind of tied to lawn care. We worked our butts off through the summer. I scheduled a 2-week vacation with one of my best friends. And at that time in my life, I was kind of like, I was a hippie guy. I was into cars. I was a geek guy. And a little bit of that, a little bit of this. So I never could find my niche. It was hard for me to find good friends. I found one guy that he liked cars. He liked to drink. 2 out of 3 is not bad. I'm like, let's go on a trip together. So our trip was planned for 2 weeks. We're going to start. I'm from Chicago, in case you don't know my accent from now. And we were going to go up through Michigan, Wisconsin. We had all these great things planned. We're going to stay on Mackinac Island. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be, we're going to have the best time of our lives. We had everything planned out. And we went to pick up this trailer that we were supposed to have rented. And now things started going bad. And the one that they had that I paid for ahead of time was damaged and was unusable. So all they had was this little tiny tent with wheels made by Coleman, I think. Whatever it was like, oh my God, this is going to be miserable. We were supposed to have something with a cool fridge so we keep our beer warm. And this had nothing but an ice box. And then like, okay. We're going to make it happen. Took it home, getting ready to go. The night before, my best friend calls and says, I don't think I'm going to make it. I've been up all night sick. Turned out he had food poisoning. I'm like, okay, this is going well. I'm still going to go on my trip, damn it. I needed to go. Next morning, I'm getting ready to go and I'm excited. I'm going to go on my own. I'm going to have a good time. I got a flat tire. What the heck is going on here? The universe is against me. How many people believe in the universe, right? Shit happens. Sometimes you got to have a little shit before you can have that cake. Wouldn't stop. I'm like, I'm going on this trip. It's been an unbelievable year. I've been working my butt off 7 days a week, dawn till dusk. I need this vacation. Put a cooler in the back seat. Had my cool car that I had souped up. It was jacked up in the back. It had the cool tires, the cool engine. I had everything modified. Put in the best of the Doobie Brothers. Yeah. Doobie Brothers fans out there? Yeah. Best of the Doobies. I wore that tape out. Went up. Took every place we were supposed to go. Went on Mackinac Island. I met the most awesome people that I've ever met in my life. Formed a couple of relationships with people that I still kind of keep in contact with. And on the way back, Met a couple of people that they were on vacations with their two daughters, ended up being friends with one of them, and turned out later on they had taken that trip under similar circumstances because she was dying of cancer. But that's the trip that she wanted to take. We ended up being really good friends, went out doing hikes, and 2 weeks later came back home, and I had one of the most memorable, best vacations of my entire life, and it was cake turned to shit. Voila, the universe was with me. Thanks, everybody.